Hi, my name is Robert Sprague. I'm your state representative. I'm the representative for the 76th District, which encompasses Hancock County, Hardin County, and the eastern portion of Auglaize County. Welcome to my Facebook page. Wanted to fill you in a little bit on what we have been up to in the state of Ohio over the past year for 2011. It has been a monster year for us. When I was appointed in February, I entered the office and the state was facing several difficult issues. First of all, we lost 600,000 jobs. Our economy was on the rocks, and that created an enormous historical budget deficit of $8.2 billion the state had never faced before. And so we had some significant issues right off the bat that we had to address. First thing we did was we had to take a look at the state budget. And so we had a significant budget deficit in terms of where our projected revenues were going to be versus our projected expenses. And we were able to balance the state budget this year. And so we were able to do that and not only balance the state budget, but make some significant reforms as well. We reformed how we do bidding for construction projects in the state of Ohio and the local entities in Ohio. We made reforms to the Medicaid system, which are actually going to bend the cost curve into the future for the state, reducing our costs in the future. In addition to knocking out $1.8 billion out of state agency, the state agency costs, and we've done performance audits on the four largest state agencies to see how they can basically perform better and be more productive with less money. So that was the state budget. We were able to close the budget deficit and balance it. People didn't think really that it could be done, but we were able to get that done, and then we had to address the job growth issue. There were only two states that were worse than Ohio in terms of job loss, and those were Michigan and California. So we were third in the country in terms of job loss, and we had to do something about that. So one of the things we did was we said, well, we've got to be competitive in terms of our tax structure. So we lowered we had the final phase of the income tax reduction, have that take effect, lowering our income taxes here in the state of Ohio. And then we also eliminated the death tax, and that makes us much more competitive with other Midwestern states. And in addition to that, we decided that we needed to have CEOs talking about the development of our state and why it was great to have a company in Ohio. And so we created an external agency, aside from the government bureaucracy that typically slows things down. And that external agency is called Jobs Ohio, and it's a public-private partnership that's designed to attract new businesses to the state of Ohio. And we're starting to get some traction on these economic development ideas. Ohio is now ranked #1 in the Midwest for job growth. We're ranked 9th in the United States for job growth right now. But a lot of those, even though those are great statistics, a lot of families in my district and throughout the state of Ohio are still hurting and still looking for a job. And so as state representative, on my plate over the next 12 months are going to be economic development type issues. And how do we grow our economy? How do we accelerate as we emerge out of this recession? And we'll be focusing on a couple of issues. First of all, we have some inherent advantages in terms of logistics in our district, just because of where we're located. Companies want to locate distribution facilities in our district, and so we'll be looking at how we can climb the value chain in logistics. We're also still very excited on the eastern portion of the state in terms of money coming in for the Utica shale development. We could be the Saudi Arabia of natural gas. And of course, in my district, natural gas is kind of what provided a huge boon back in the late 1800s. And we're about to see that again in the state of Ohio. And that's very exciting and encouraging. And then finally, we're going to look at our university system. We've got great universities in my district, Ohio Northern University and the University of Findlay. And we'll look at how can we use our university system and the money that we're already spending as a state in research and development and commercialize more products and be more productive in terms of getting those new inventions out into the marketplace. So those will be some of the things that are on my agenda. One last thing, which I've noticed in my district, is there's a disconnect. There are companies that are looking for welders, CNC operators. There are unfilled positions that companies have open in my district that we need to be able to train people to fill. And so they've got to have the right training. And so that comes back to workforce development. So those will be some of the things on my plate over the next 12 months. But I'd like to hear what you think. Let me know what you think the legislative priority should be, how you think we can fix the economy and accelerate our emergence out of this recession. If you could contact me, I'd really appreciate it. Give me a call at the office here at 614-466-3819, or give me an email. You can reach me at district76@ohr.state.oh.us. So I'm interested in hearing from you. Thanks.